So, it has been 2 years since we decided to start a YouTube channel, and this is the 2-year special video. So, before we start, we just want to try something a little bit new. I'm going to try talking in my normal voice, so it's going to be weird. So I'm going to try and talk in my normal voice. It's going to be really weird, and I know that if I look back on this video, it's going to be really weird because I know I'm really awkward, but I just kind of think it would be better if I start trying to talk in my normal voice and try and do that. So anyway, in the background we've got all of these different thumbnails which we've used over the years, and some of them recent, some of them ages ago. So yeah, and we'll just kind of talk about like how our channel has grown, where we started from, and where we are now. So originally we started a YouTube channel with our friends, and we decided to call it 18-inch Dolly Dreams. We soon decided to change it to just Dolly Dreams rather than 18-inch Dolly Dreams because we thought it sounded better, and we wanted to include the mini dolls a lot as well. So we decided to do that, and then we decided to go our separate ways and do our own channels each. So I have split off into Midnight Dolls, and then our friends have split off into Butterfly OG Dolls. So we kind of think it's better. We've kind of got a bit more control, and we are kind of can make it our own and kind of do what we like with it. So there's that. And I also want to talk about all the dolls we have gotten over the years. So when we started our channel, which was 18-inch Dolly Dreams at the time, we had a significantly less number of dolls. So we only had, so my dolls were Ella, Sophie, Charlie and April, and our friends' dolls were Holly, Aria, Sia and Valencia. They had no more than that. So since then we have got, me personally, I've only really got Isa, but our friends have then got Talita, Franco, and then we both got lots of mini dolls. So I can't exactly remember. I think when we first started, I only had Safi and Felicia as the mini dolls, and I think our friends had Faith. I'm pretty sure they didn't have Vera yet. I'm not sure. They might have had Vera. That's not certain. So you had that, and I have then got, since then, I have got Eliza and May, and then very recently I've got Amelia, and then our friends. So our friends have got Cornelia, Sullivan, Marine, and Philippa, and that is the mini dolls that they've got. So that's all the mini dolls that we have. Yeah. So another thing I want to talk about is how I got all of my dolls. So I got Ella for Christmas. It was something like 8 years ago, and Ella was actually a lady had her for like a model for kind of her doll clothes, because she used to make loads of doll clothes and stuff, and Ella used to kind of model them, and for some reason she decided to shut down and she didn't want to do any more of that, so she was selling all of her things, including Ella. So my grandma bought her and gave her to me for Christmas. And I didn't know at the time that she I didn't know her actual name. So her actual name is actually the design friend Rose doll. I didn't realise that at the time. I just decided to call her Ella because I like the name Ella and I thought it suited her, I guess. And I absolutely loved Ella. She had some glasses which was similar to the ones which she's got now. They were kind of purple, but they were kind of stripy. But yeah, I absolutely loved all of them. But then she was going roller skating one day and she fell over and they broke, and I never fixed them because it was too difficult or something. So that was just such a shame, and I've decided I found some that I really liked, so I decided to get them for her, and they're kind of a reminder of the first time I've got Ella. And then a year later I got Sophie as a Christmas present, and I actually chose Sophie from Argos, so she's also a design friend, and I can't remember who gave them to me, maybe my parents, so I can't exactly remember, but yes, and I actually knew her actual name at the time. So she is the Darcy doll, the designer friend Darcy doll, and for some reason I don't think I really liked the name. I didn't think it suited her, but I decided to change it, and she is now called Sophie. And I did kind of toss between calling her Sophia and then her nickname was Sophie, but I think I've kind of settled on just calling her Sophie just because I think it's easier. and I mean, you can just be called Sophie, so it's fine. Yeah, they didn't have very many clothes at first. We only really had designer friend clothes because they hadn't discovered our generation clothes yet. But it was really nice. I really liked them. And then it wasn't quite a year later. It was something maybe like half a year or something. My grandma decided to give me another doll, which is Charlie. So I had went over for like I think I stayed there for a couple nights or something, and I'd taken Ella and Sophie, and then my grandma saw them and she was like, oh, I can get you, and I've got another one for you. So she gave Charlie to me, and she didn't come with any clothes apart from like these homemade pajamas which she came with, which I still use today. They were absolutely gorgeous. I don't know where she got Charlie from, but I have later found out that she's a Gots doll, and her actual name is Jessica, and I didn't realise that at the time, and I decided to call her Charlie. I did kind of originally want to do it called Charlotte, and then her nickname was Charlie, and I think I've kind of stuck with that, but nobody calls her Charlotte, so I might just say her actual name is Charlie. I don't know. I decided to do it like that. And yeah, so she's the Jessica doll. You can get lots of different Jessica dolls, but she's the one without the fringe, which doesn't seem to be as popular as the one with the fringe, but that's the one she is. I don't know where my grandma got her from, or I don't know where or how, or I don't really know why she gave it to me, because it wasn't like my birthday or anything, so but yeah. Oh, and then Holly, which is our friend's doll, our friends got Holly, and she brought her around, and I was like, oh, I've got some dolls, we can start playing with them together. So that was really nice. It kind of started the whole journey of dolls that leads to where we are today. Yeah, we had those, and then something like 3 years later, it was quite a while later, I decided to get April, and I discovered our generation through our friends, and I thought there was loads, so many to choose from, and I was like, well, I've got two blonde dolls, and I've got a doll with brown hair, so what can I do that's different? I thought Ginger. I really like Ginger, so I got April because she was Ginger. She's absolutely beautiful, absolutely love her. And then about a year later, I can't remember if it's over or just under, something like a year later, I decided to get Isa, because I was like, oh, I've got a dark brown haired doll, I can get a light brown haired doll, and it's kind of different as well. So that is how I've got my 5 dolls. And April and Isa's name I've decided to keep the same, but the rest I changed because various reasons. But the dolls that I have changed, I have decided to keep their actual names as their middle names. So for example, Ella is Ella Rose, and Sophie is Sophie Darcy, and then Charlie would be Charlie Jessica. Just to kind of keep it in there as well, but keep the dolls the names that I gave them to them as well. And the mini dolls, we kind of got them for various Christmases and birthdays and stuff, and kind of bought them with my own money in various different ways like that. And that is basically it I have to say for this video. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for this 2 years, and also thank you for 500 subscribers. I will get a video out soon, but thank you for that. So thank you for watching. Bye.